And then at the very last, about really what we're doing with performance-based pay is we're taking the ceiling off of wages so great workers can increase their pay and poor workers make less or become more productive. Because today in most all companies, we have a base that we would pay a technician, but we also probably have a ceiling. And really what we're wanting to do is to say to a technician, you know, I'm going to hire you in at $20 an hour, whatever, but I don't care how much you make. So I don't, even though I'm bringing you in at 20, if you make 30 or 40 or $50 an hour, I don't care. I'm not going to limit you to the amount of monies that you can make. If you are more productive, you will make more money. So that's what's critical. So let's talk a little bit about performance-based pay. And in your handout, it's going to show you a link to the Department of Labor. And this is very important because, once again, in order to institute performance-based pay, we've got to be sure that we're doing it correctly according to the Department of Labor and Payroll. But performance-based pay is actually defined by the federal government as salary, commission, piece rate, or some other basis paid for a job based on a prescribed plan to fulfill an obligation or requirement, okay? So performance-based pay is really all the monies that is put together in order to come up with some kind of plan for compensation. So the Department of Labor says we don't care really how you pay people. You can pay them salary, commission, piece rate. So it's okay for us to pay performance-based pay. The next slide is probably the most important, the next sheet that you see, and it's called Federal and State Labor Standard. It's probably the page number 5 in your handout, but this is probably the most important page we're going to talk about because this is where a lot of contractors get in trouble. Because what the federal government says, first of all, is that it says that in order for you to do performance-based pay, this calculation must be made at the end of each pay period. So what it says is that you take the total compensation for the pay period divided by total hours worked in the pay period, and that gives you the average hourly rate of pay for the period.